Hey there, happy campers. Jason here, back again with another video. This week we're picking up right where we left off last time. So if you remember, last time we spoke, we talked about the types of questions that you should expect to hear during your camp counselor interview and also how to answer them. And the last question that I said that you're going to get right at the very end is honestly one of the most important ones, and it's the one that can make or break your entire interview. And it's the "Do you have any questions for me?" question. Speaking of which, if you haven't checked that video out yet, I recommend that you pause right here, click on this card up here in the corner, go ahead and look at that video first, and then come on back. We'll pick up right where we left off. It'll be like a two-part course. It'll be really, really fun. So anyway, that's what we're going to do this week. I have come up with 40 questions for you to ask when you're presented with the "Do you have any questions for me?" question at the end of your interview. So let's get right into it with these questions. Hey, Jason, editing this video later, can I get a lower third, please? Thank you. Ready? And here we go. What positive changes have you seen at camp since you started working here? What do you enjoy most about your job at camp? Other than staffing this summer, what is the biggest challenge that your camp is facing right now? If money were no object, what is one item that you would buy to make camp better? Do you have a Counselor of the Year award? And if so, can you describe the counselor who won it last year and why they won it? During a typical summer, what percentage of your staff are returners and what percentage are new to camp? What percentage of your staff are former campers themselves? What percentage of your campers in a typical summer are new to camp? In your opinion, what does your camp do better than most of your competitors? What new change for next summer has you the most excited? How would the counselors and the other staff describe you as a supervisor? Where do you recruit most of your counselors from? What's the average age of your counselors? If I were to call up a longtime camper family and ask them why they love your camp, what do you think they'd say? What sort of changes have you had to make to the camp programming on account of COVID? What does your hiring timeline look like, and when should I expect to hear back whether I've gotten this position or not? What is your favorite activity area at camp and why? Were you ever a camp counselor yourself? And if so, what part of being a camp counselor do you miss the most? How's staff recruiting going so far, and what positions are you still looking to fill? What does a typical rainy day look like at your camp? How often do you have all staff meetings, and what do they typically look like? If I'm hired, will there be any events or opportunities for me to connect with my coworkers for next summer? Are there any opportunities to work beyond the summer camp season, such as with rental groups? Growing up, did you always want to be a camp director, or was there something that set you on this path? What's your favorite camp movie? Meatballs, The Parent Trap, Heavyweights? What is the camp's relationship like with both the local community and our immediate neighbors? If you could have any celebrity as either your assistant director or your program director, who would you choose and why? Can you give me a basic overview of what staff training looks like? At your camp, do the staff have an area where they can separate from the campers during their off time? And if so, what does that area look like? When leadership positions become available at your camp, do you tend to promote from within or do you like to bring in fresh faces? How do you like to spend your off time during the summer? What sort of professional development opportunities do the year-round staff at your camp do during the off season? In your opinion, how has the camping industry changed the most since you've become a part of it? Are you happy with the direction the camping industry is headed? So I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but could you describe your favorite camper to me and what makes him or her so special? How important are history, legacy, and tradition at your camp? How many staff do you typically hire for each summer? Is there anything either on my application or in the answers that I've given you today that give you pause about moving forward with me as an applicant? And finally, is there anything from my resume or application that you wish that we had talked about that we didn't and you'd like to discuss? Whew, so there you go. There are 40 questions that you can possibly ask at the end of your interview when the person that you're talking to says, "Do you have any questions for me?" Do yourself a favor, go back over that list, pick out like 5 of your favorite, and just have them in your back pocket ready to go during the interview, and then just pick the 2 or 3 or 4 that best apply to the camp that you're interviewing at, and make them things you genuinely want to know. Alright friends, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, if you enjoy our content, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so that you can stay up to date on all of our latest videos. And if you're not following us on Instagram, you really should be. I post all kinds of stuff in between videos, polls, questions, all kinds of good stuff. So follow us on Instagram at Complete Camp Counselor. And I will see you all next time. Alright campers, lights out.